the monster in car 17, commenting that he didn't expect the monster to throw its weapon at the last moment. Suddenly, a small girl grabs him, startling him. He asks if she has been in the car the entire time, and she replies that she was hiding. He expresses amazement at her ability to hide in such a small car without the monster noticing her. Yoonho instructs the girl to hide in the bathroom between cars 16 and 17, emphasizing that she must stay quiet and not come out no matter what. Yoonho then moves to car 16 and kills the monster there, discovering that he has only 7 minutes left. As he moves forward, he thinks of a way to complete the mission within the time limit, only to find a cowardly boy hiding in the bathroom. He asks the boy why he's there, and the boy admits that he thought returning to his car before time ran out would solve the problem. Yoonho scolds him angrily, saying his actions are cowardly, hiding instead of fighting the monster. Ignoring the boy, Yoonho continues planning, but the boy steps out of the bathroom to ask if the mission is over. Yoonho glares at him and tells him the mission isn't over, instructing him to open the shop and purchase a weapon he can use. He adds that in the third round, the boy must kill his monster and then assist others in the next car. The boy starts crying, saying he barely survived the previous round and doesn't know how he's expected to kill his monster and help others. Yoonho pays him no attention and uses his acceleration skill to leave quickly. As Yoonho runs, he ponders how to finish the mission. He arrives at Lee Yeji, a member of the accounting team, who is fighting a monster with the sword she received as a gift. However, she is holding the sword fearfully, with her eyes closed. The monster is about to attack her when Yoonho arrives at the last moment and kills it. Yoonho asks Lee Yeji to open her eyes, assuring her that the monster is dead. When she sees him, she is shocked and asks how he reached her so quickly. Yoonho ignores her question and explains that to kill the monster, she must stab it in the heart or the eye, and that she needs to keep her eyes open and aim precisely during a fight. He hands her sword back, and Lee Yeji thanks him for his help, then asks if they've succeeded in the mission. Yoonho replies that the mission won't end until all the monsters on the train are killed, which is why he's there. Lee Yeji is stunned and expresses disbelief that they need to kill all the monsters, adding that while Yoonho helped her this time, she doesn't know what will happen next time. Yoonho responds that she should be grateful because, without his help, she would have been seriously injured or possibly killed. Lee Yeji thanks him again, but he asks to borrow her sword for a while. He explains that his electric sword has only 6 uses left, and since his petrification skill's duration has ended, he can't use it safely without that skill. Thus, he needs her sword to handle the current situation. When Yoonho reaches car 13, he finds Yoon Sora tending to his wounds. He tells her that he tried to communicate with others using any means possible to send messages but failed, explaining that he just wants to send one message to everyone in the front cars. Yoon Sora asks if he's thinking of something like a relay race, and he confirms, adding that killing the monsters up to car 4 would be sufficient. Yoon Sora points out that the issue isn't just the lack of communication, but also that most people won't be able to defeat these monsters on their own. Suddenly, Yoonho receives a notification that the monitoring eye has been upgraded to level 2. At that moment, the car goes completely dark, and no one can see what's happening. A notification informs Yoonho that the upgrade to level 2 was successful, granting him limited communication with viewers and increased synchronization rates. When the lights return, Yoonho sees the new eye, which is smaller than the previous one. Yoon Sora asks him if he knows why the lights went out, wondering if it was a power failure. He points to the smaller eye and asks if she can see it, but she replies that she sees nothing. It appears that the eye is visible only to Yoonho. Yoonho begins reading messages from viewers, which include questions about the mission's end and comments on how much harder this mission is. Yoon Sora asks him if something happened, and he denies it, telling himself that now isn't the time to focus on these messages, and that the priority is figuring out how to inform others about what they need to do before time runs out. Yoon Sora suggests he send a message inside a snack, like in movies. Yoonho likes the idea and admits he hadn't thought of it before, resolving not to let anything stop him from succeeding in this mission. The scene shifts to Ji-yoon, who is treating her ear to recover from the monster's magical effect. She comments that her injury is nothing compared to Yoonho's burns. She wonders what the next step is after killing her monster, but receives a notification that the mission has failed, causing the monster to reappear. Remembering Yoonho, she thinks he must have figured out the mission's rules by now. She tries to think like him and decides that the first step he would take is to kill the monster in front of him. She throws her knife at the monster, killing it. However, she is immediately surprised by a message informing her that the mission has failed again and that a penalty has been applied. Ji-yoon grows extremely anxious, unsure of what to do. Suddenly she receives a new message, this time from Yoonho, accompanied by a gift. The message contains information Yoonho has gathered, explaining that it's possible to leave the car during the mission, and that the objective is to kill all the monsters on the train within the allotted time. He asks her for help and requests that if she understands his intent, she send him something as a signal.